and I need to answer when Betty is busy with other things. So I want to discuss with you things this evening. Last week we spoke about taking steps and how to handle the disappointments and challenges in our business. But today's session has to do with the skills of building the business. You will notice that our training, there are repetitions. Why repetitions? Because learning comes through repetition. I was speaking to some students that we were teaching catechism, and they were asking me, we seem to be repeating the same issues. And I'd ask them, how many times that a child has to fall down before they learn how to walk? Some said 15, some said 20, some said 40. A child has to fall down an average of 200 times before they learn how to walk. So if you see that we're repeating anything in this training, is because the repetition is what enables training and building of skills. So what we want to share with you this evening is the basics of the business. How do you build a business? If you're new in the business, you've been old in the business, or whatever time, a number of things you need to keep in mind to make this business work. One is simplicity. Our business is very simple. That doesn't mean that it is easy. Our business is very, very simple. What is the simplicity? We are building a large group of people who use and promote the products. That's really what our business is. So we've come into an agreement with Neolife that we are going to build a network of people who use and promote the products. In return, Neolife pays us a bonus or a commission. That's really what our business is. If you think about, and the thing that attracted me to the business when we started are the numbers. Look at these numbers. If this is the month of June, if you sponsor 2 people, and then the next month, those 2 sponsor 2, it means you've got 4 new people. If those 4 sponsor 2, you've got 8. If those 8 sponsor 2, you've got 16. But because of the cumulative numbers, if you use 2 and 2, after 4 months, you've got 30 people in your team. But if you sponsor 3 people, let me say this is the month of June, you sponsor 3. In July, those 3 sponsor 3 each. That means 9 new people plus the other 3 is 12. If those 9 sponsor 3, that's 27 new people plus the others is 12 plus 27 gives you 39. If you keep doing this, after 4 months, that figure is 81. But if you use 5, after 4 months, that figure is 625. 625 people, new people. Total being 780. And you can see the difference between 30 and 780. That's the power of duplication, or the power of compound interest. And that's what we use in our business. So let's get to the basics. What are the basics of our business? What are what we call income producing activities? Income producing activities are the things we do every day to grow our business. First step, use the products. And here we have an example of the products we can use. 3NN is one of the key products that we use in our, I think everybody who is in the business needs to be using 3NN. Why is 3NN important? Because 3NN helps your cellular cells to absorb nutrients. Betty was talking about one of the problems with autism is that the mitochondria, where the energy is generated, is affected or is damaged, whatever it is. And one of the products that helps your cell to absorb nutrients into the mitochondria is 3NN and CoQ10. So use the products, cleaning products. Every single person who is attending this meeting today, I think at one time I thought there were 280 people. All of us clean our homes, okay? And you need something that is environmentally friendly, low burden, low toxicity, and also can be discharged into the environment. That is why we recommend you use LDC and Super 10 for home cleaning. In fact, these two products are sufficient for cleaning everything in your house, including washing your clothes. But we have a separate washing powder for our business. The third is taking care of your skin. Okay? Then we have something to wash the car, wash and wax. So the first step of our business is to use the product. And the reason you need to use the products, one, you're supporting your business. Number two is that you want, when you're speaking to people, they want to know that you also use and believe in the products. The second thing we do in our business, we share the business and the product. That simply means we introduce other people to be users and the promoters of the products. The ones who are not interested to becoming business builders become our customers. That's where we share the product. Sharing product doesn't mean you give people free of charge. No. Sharing product simply means you listen to people's needs and you recommend the products that can help with the need that they have. That's the second part. The third part of our business is personal development. That simply means you need to take time to learn how to become a better person. This morning I was listening to a video that says, discipline is a bridge that links knowledge and action. If you link those two together, discipline is a bridge between those two. And that's where personal development comes in. For example, now this training we are going through, you're getting information, maybe you're taking notes, but to convert what you have learned into action requires discipline. So that's part of personal development. Now let's go to how to build your business, the sponsoring process. How do you get new people into your business? Step number one, you need to have a name list of at least 200 people. Why is that important? Because not everybody is going to join your business. I would say even most people in this list of 200 will not be interested to be business builders. And you need to realize that for you to find the people who are looking for the business, you have to go through the process of talking to these 200 people, one at a time. I have tried many ways to talk to people. I remember when we started the business, some of my downlines used to invite me, or some of my success lines used to invite me to do a presentation to a group of teachers because they were teachers. But I found that what I realized about group psychology is people tend to discourage one another. Nobody wants to say, yes, I'm interested in the business, because they think that their colleagues or their fellows will discourage them from building the business. The most effective way is talking to one person at a time. That's how the business is built. Okay, so a name list. But what do you need? What do you do with this? Sorry, 3 rules about the name list building. 1, do not prejudge. 2, write the names down. 3, take the names off the list. That means talk to each person on that list. All right? But what do you do with that list? That leads me to step number 2, which is invite to see the presentation. Inviting is normally called the great gateway to success in network marketing. If you want to succeed in this business, learn how to invite professionally. Inviting doesn't just simply mean picking a phone and telling somebody, by the way, I've started a business, let me send you a link. No. If you're inviting somebody, you need to have a few things in mind. Number 1, the person you are going to invite to look at the business needs to know you, needs to trust you before they actually come and listen. That's 1. Number 2, learn to tell your story in 2 or 3 minutes about what the business has done for you. And telling your story has got 4 simple steps. 1, what you did before in your life and how your life was. 2, how you came to join the business. 3, the benefits you've received from the business, either from the products or from the income. And 4, how the future looks like. Once you've told your story, then ask the question, are you open to look at a way to generate additional income? It's a very simple question. Or are you open to see a way of earning extra income working on a part-time basis. That is inviting the person to look at the business. Once you've invited them, a very important thing about inviting is use the tools. Using tools is something very effective because the more tools you use, the faster your business grows. And the other thing about tools is the tools we have in our business have been professionally prepared. That means even somebody who just started the business today or yesterday can actually successfully invite somebody to the business by saying, look, I've just started this business, I am new, but I'd like you to come and have a look at the business, assess it, and see if it is something you'd like. Or so-and-so, I would like to send you a video to watch. It's about 10 minutes long. If I send you the video, would you watch it? Most people say yes. When do you think you can watch it? Then you wait for the person to respond, because at that time they're thinking about creating a time to watch it. If they say, I can watch it now, or I can watch it in the evening, say, okay, so if I send it to you now, you're going to watch it in the evening. Yes. So I'm going to send it to you. What is a good time to call you tomorrow so that we can discuss the contents? That is a professional way of inviting people to look at the business. And then you need to learn how to sit down with a person and explain the business. Or if you want your business to grow very, very quickly, learn how to do the 30 or 45 minutes presentation. That is what helped Betty and I grow very quickly in the business, because we learned how to present the business ourselves. Once you've shown the business, the next thing is to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up, because most prospects do not make a decision immediately. It takes time before they actually say, yes, I am interested. I think it takes on average between 5 to 7 times for the average person to say, yes, I'm interested, or yes, I want to get started. And then sign them up or get them into the business and train them. This is the sponsoring process. It means bringing somebody into the business. You will notice that this is a process. It is not an event. So pay attention to it. This W is what I remember up to now. When Betty and I started the business, we were shown this W. W is the process of bringing or sponsoring somebody into the business. Step number 1, you see a prospects list. Step number 2, inviting to look at the business. Step number 3, give them a tool so that they come and see the business opportunity presentation. Step number 4 is a follow-up process. Follow them up until they make a decision, either to become a customer, or to become a business builder, or to say they're not interested. Those are the 3 options. Okay? So follow up 5 to 8 times before somebody says yes. If you remember this W, you will remember the process of getting people into the business. So this is about the basics. The basic things is writing a name, first using the product, 2, introducing people to the business or the product, and the third part is personal development. So let me go to the section of personal development. A very important thing about the growth of our business is building momentum. Momentum is very, very critical in the business for business to grow. I see some people are very excited. They're scratching things on the screen. Just give me a moment. Let me just take those scratches off the screen. Okay, so momentum. How do you build momentum in our business? You build momentum by first identifying people who really want to grow the business. Okay? Building momentum is very important. Building a large group of people who use and promote the product. That is really the essence of our business. If that is the essence, step number 2 about building momentum is mental preparation. You need to prepare your mind to... There are 3 parts. There are 3 things that is important for building the business. Number 1, you need to have intellectual accent or intellectual preparation of your mind. I said, this business makes sense. I want to do it. 2 is your will. That means you make a decision to build the business irrespective of how you're feeling. And number 3, you need to be emotionally involved in building the business. If those three things are missing, your building the business will be incomplete. So you need intellectual effort. You need to make a decision in your will, because remember, your will, if you want to succeed, you don't go on emotion. Go on the decision, and that rests with the will. And number three, you need to be emotionally involved in building the business. That's when it will succeed. So have mental preparation. Number three, keep the business very simple. Don't complicate this business. It's very simple. Number four, a 10-day or 30-day or 90-day intense activity to get your business to the level that you want it. Okay? For example, last month, we just come back from the World Team vacation. Maybe some of you have made the decision you want to attend, you want to go to Egypt next year. So if you want to build the momentum towards going to Egypt, this is June. Make June, July your very intense activity period, and that activity will build momentum for the next 1 year. So the next 30 days or 90 days, select a group of people in your team. If you're new, speak to your sponsor to teach you or to show you or guide you how to do a 90-day run, so that the next 3 months there's very intense activity of speaking to people, getting new people in, taking steps, so that by the time the convention of your region comes through, you'll have taken a step. This is June, July, August, and then maybe September if you missed August, because most of the conventions in East Africa, West Africa, even in Southern Africa is in October. So build momentum towards, and then in groups of 4 to 6 people, calling 10 prospects daily. Why is it important? Because when you do it in a group, it helps people overcome fear of speaking to people on the phone, or it helps you build courage to talk to prospects. And then target a very exciting event, for example, a rally or the convention, which comes up in October. So the next thing I want to share with you before we close is belief and faith. How do you build belief in yourself to succeed? Let's clarify a few issues. I think most of the time these two words, belief and faith, are used interchangeably, but there's a slight difference between the two. Faith is evidence of the things unseen. But further, faith comes from the trust of the person who is telling you something. Belief is believing something, whether the person who is telling you is trustworthy or not. But faith is believing in something that you've been told by someone whom you trust. So trust always comes in when you talk about faith. All right? Then the person must be reliable. It means they have credibility. But also, in business or in success principles, faith is a state of mind that can be induced by repetition or instruction to the subconscious mind. That's how you induce faith. That is why if you want to succeed, the one thing you need to do constantly is have a self-talk. All of you who are attending this session, all of you without doubt have self-talk. Every single day, all the time, whether in silence or you're speaking, you're talking to yourself. The thing is, you need to be aware of your self-talk. What are you constantly talking to yourself about? If you're aware of your self-talk, then you put in the key that unlocks the change in your attitude. Because if you're aware of your self-talk, it means you're aware and you know that you have limiting beliefs. That's the first thing. Belief comes from accepting something is true. Whether the source is trustworthy or not, that is what belief. Now let's talk about self-belief. Self-belief is achieved by accepting what others have achieved. That what others have achieved, you can also achieve. That is really what self-belief is. The first time Betty and I went to a big function in Bloemfontein, we saw 4,000, 3,000 or 4,000 people. Very excited. That was the first big meeting we attended, and just seeing those people succeeding gave us the drive to build our business very fast. That's where self-belief comes. But what is a practical way to increase your self-belief? Number one, create a vision. Creating a vision simply means you have a mental picture of how you want the future to look like. Number two, set a goal aligned with the vision. That means you put a date to achieve what you've seen in your vision. Number three, have a written plan of action. If you have a goal, but there is no plan to achieve it, it is just wishful thinking. So have a written plan of action. Execute the plan. It means on a step-by-step process, do what you've written down that you want to do. And then read your goals daily, because the more you read it, the more you believe that what you've written down will actually become true. The more you read it, messages are sent to your brain, and new neural networks is formed in your brain for you to increase your belief in your subconscious. A very important one, surround yourself with people who support your goals. Read good books. Show me your friends, I will show you your future. The 5 people you spend most of your time with will determine whether you succeed or not. So if you want to succeed, look for 5 people who are where you want to go or are going in the same direction, and you support one another. And if you do that simple thing, you will find that your business will start to grow, and that is when success begins to come to your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the few things Betty and I wanted to share with you. First is mastering the basics. The basics simply means doing the 3 success habits. Use the products, then share the business and the products, and then take time to develop yourself as a person. The more you develop yourself, the better you become, and the more, in fact, a very strange thing about this business is you will attract to yourself the person you have become. If you want to be successful, inculcate that characteristic in yourself, you will attract the right people and your business will grow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much for spending your time with us this evening. We wish you the very best. June is a new month, so set your goals for the month. 3 goals. 1, number of people you want to sponsor. 2, the personal PV you want to do. 3, the step you want to make for the month. Thank you. Good night and God bless.